Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at some unexpected characters taking the field. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, refs and cheerleaders return to Blood Bowl. There are few indeed who do not find enjoyment in the spectacle of Nuffle's sacred game, but many fans are just as fond of the halftime shows and rallying routines carried out by their team's cheerleaders as they are of the violent gameplay. Even some referees attract bands of dedicated supporters. Many have earned a reputation for the unquestionable devotion to Nuffle, while others are better known for their latest record-breaking bribe. No Blood Bowl collection is complete without these unscrupulous umpires and supportive superstars of the sidelines, and thankfully you will have a chance to add them to yours soon. The following kits will return to sale on a made-to-order basis for a short time next month. Alright, so first we have the human cheerleaders, the Reaverettes. If you love energizing rallies and words spelled out one letter at a time, this is a cheer squad for you. Human cheerleaders have performed alongside Blood Bowl teams from Norska to the Badlands ever since the inception of the sport. Alright, so we see one with pigtails, one with closed mouth, one with open mouth, and one with a shaved head. But it does look like the models are all the same otherwise, as they all have their right leg down and their left leg up and bent. So not exactly the most original sculpts. And I'm assuming because these are returning to the range, these are old models, so they're probably coming back in the Citadel resin, unfortunately. Alright, and then we have the Orc Cheerleaders, the Waaaghs. Okay, so these are much more characterful, bellowing far louder than their human and elven counterparts. Orc Cheerleaders have whipped many a crowd into such a frenzy that play has to be suspended until the spectators calm down. So we see three individual sculpts right here, all pretty beefy, and it's not often that we see female orcs, so honestly these are like kind of cool, kind of original, definitely loaded up with some character. And next we have the Chaos Cheerleaders, the Damned Damsels. Enchanting crowds with dazzling acrobatic performances and mind-warping magic 1 minute to fearsome displays of violence the next. The cheerleaders that accompany chaos-worshipping teams are often as frightening and aggressive as the players they cheer for. Alright, so these are all individual sculpts here. We see 4 different ones. They've all got like the little horns and everything. Definitely similar in the actual like poses and everything, but they are at least unique. Dark Elf Cheerleaders, the Night Terrors. If there's one thing that will pump up a Dark Elf crowd, it's ritualistic sacrifice. This fanatical cheer squad are as well known for their knife handling skills as they are for their pom-pom waving. So again, we see 4 individual sculpts right here. We do definitely see some similarities between them. These basically just look like the same model, like slightly reskinned. They basically just like switch the pom-pom to the other hand and then switch the dagger out for maybe like a still beating heart. And then again, same thing right here, very similar poses to each other. But again, the head switch for the pom-pom and then the other knife switch for the pom-pom. But at least they're not exactly the same like the human cheerleaders. Alright, and the next it's the Halfling and Goblin referees. Being short in stature can be a handy trait for a referee. For one thing, it makes it far easier to slip away from an angry mob of fans and players after a questionable call. These guys were previously exclusively available at Warhammer World and events. So we've got a Halfling here with what looks like a sub sandwich. And then the Goblin, I can't quite tell what he's got going on right here. It looks like maybe he is flipping the coin, and that's like his thumb up as he flips it in the air, but I can't quite tell what's in his other hand. These things definitely looking pretty dated. But if they were exclusive and hard to get, and you've been after them, I'm sure this is pretty awesome. Alright, and then we have the Mutated Minotaur. It's not just sideline staff making a comeback, as the hulking behemoth previously exclusive to Warhammer World and events hits the gridiron. With his monstrous crushing claws, this bovine brute can shred through even the toughest of armor, saving the mighty blow, +1 to bring the pain on the injury roll. So again, cool to see these like exclusive models coming back for a little made-to-order action, but again, looking very, very dated. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. And that's not all for Blood Bowl this week. There's also a new FAQ, errata, and designer's commentary available to download below. There are plenty of new questions answered in this must-read document. These miniatures are only available during the made-to-order window, which runs from 10 a.m. GMT on Saturday the 23rd of December until 8 a.m. GMT on Tuesday the 2nd of January. So from right before Christmas to right after New Year's. Note that the Elven Cheerleaders, the eaglets, aren't returning in this period, but they may appear in the future. All right, and then we can see the download for the designer's commentary and errata. All right, so I haven't played Blood Bowl in years, and this is 17 pages, so this is going to be a big pass for me. But if you do want to check it out, I'll have the link down in the description. So yeah, very cool. Always like when they bring back some made to order stuff for like the old collectors or people that are looking to like finish off their squad. I think out of all of them, the Orc Cheerleaders are my favorite. They have like a ton of character. And again, they're just super unique. It's not something you normally see. So let me know if you're excited to be picking up some of these, or just if you're a Blood Bowl player in general. I'm always curious like what the audience is into. I didn't really think Blood Bowl was like that much of a thing up until recently, but apparently when Games Workshop wasn't supporting it, there is like a massive crowd of people, in particular in Europe, that are like really, really into it, which I think is pretty cool because obviously like football in general or American football tends to not be popular anywhere but America. So it's definitely interesting to see like the fantasy football game being popular in a place where the actual sport itself is not that popular. So definitely get a kick out of that. I know there's like tons of third-party like miniatures and support and everything. And then over the last couple of years, Games Workshop has like really ramped it back up, put out a couple editions of the game, a bunch of expansions and everything as well. So while I'm not necessarily into it and I haven't played it for literally years since like the OG days, definitely happy to see them bringing back some of these models for people. And I do get a kick out of like the new stuff as well. So let me know if you're a Blood Bowl player, if you're excited to pick up any of these. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And I'm going to be cheering for the Waaaghs because the Orc Cheerleaders are definitely the best. And I'm out of here.